Finally, after losing several games, I managed to win one against somewhat evenly matched opponent. I thought I did pretty good, but the game review doesn't think so. So the game starts with these basic moves. Then the opponent moves the bishop, and I was scared of this, thinking it will be Scholar's Mate, I think it was called. So I moved the knight here in case he wanted to go with the queen here. Then we kept developing, and I saw this move. I was a little confused what to do about it. I thought it was free, but it wasn't free because the queen here. So then I thought I will open up the bishop and attack it afterwards. And if he took it with the queen, like let's say he did some random move, I would do this, bam and boom. But that didn't go as planned. And so the game says it's inaccuracy and the opponent attacked my knight. Now I was a bit scared about this move since I didn't know where to put the knife. If I do this here, then he will take with the queen. If I move it here, again with the queen or the pawn, here he will take with the knight, and I don't think that's a good move since I traded a knight for a pawn, which I don't think it's good. If I put it somewhere like back, it blocks the bishop, so it's not good, and I thought I will create a stronger attack, so I attack the queen here. Let's do yes. But this was a miss, because after a few moments I realized the opponent can just block it, and that's what he did. And now I had a choice between my knight and my bishop, so I thought I will do this. If he takes my bishop, then I will take the knight along the way, and if he takes my knight, I will move the bishop. He took the knight, so I moved the bishop. I had to give one piece away. Attacking my bishop here, I moved it away and attacked the pawn. I'm not sure if I really planned to attack it or not. Maybe I saw it was free. Then the queen came out. Actually, I remember. The reason I put the bishop here, from here back, was because I noticed the fork. You see, if I go here, and then if I move here, I attack the knight, not the knight, the king and the rook. So it was very important to keep the knight, the bishop attacking this pawn here. So that's why I moved it back. And I think the opponent saw that I was threatening the pawn on c2. So I still went with the plan and attacked the queen, since the opponent just put it there to be attacked, I guess. I think the opponent knew. And there wasn't really much where he could move the queen, I guess, actually. If he did something like this, I guess maybe it's better, but yeah, I'm not really too sure. In the position he was in, there wasn't much to do, so I went with the plan and did the fork, took the free rook, and now here I was thinking, should I really take the pawn? Should I let the opponent take my pawn? And so I decided to attack the bishop. If he takes the pawn, I take the bishop. If he takes my pawn with its bishop, then I will take with the queen. So I was in the winning position here. At least that's what I felt. He attacked my king, so I defended with the pawn. Then he went back, and I thought if I push it back even further, it's good with the pawn. But as the review says, it's better to do it with the queen, and perhaps that was better, but the queen is helpful later. So maybe it's for the best that I didn't actually do that. I also thought if I do this, the opponent will move either here or here, and so I will take it with the knight. I forgot that the opponent can just go in this place at the end. Now I wanted to open the king file, e file, so I went to defend this pawn. I was also thinking to take the pawn here and to attack the queen here if he takes it, but the opponent went on attack, so instead I just took it, which is inaccuracy, but that was according to my plan. And this, now I attack the queen. I get a check, so I thought, should I block it with a bishop or the queen, or should I just move the king? I thought moving the king would be bad because I wouldn't be able to castle, so I wanted to save that. And I thought that trading queens is actually better, so that's what I did. The opponent didn't trade, but just moved the piece. I couldn't take it with the knight because it's protected by the pawn, so I traded instead. He took it back, and here I wanted to trade pieces. I attacked the rook, which says it's inaccuracy, but is it really, since the plan was to trade? So I'm not exactly losing a material here. Maybe I'm losing the position, but I'm not sure. I was hoping they would take, so I took back. Not really sure why they brought the bishop back. It also didn't really move through the game. Same with the knight on G. I wanted to open the F file here, and things went according to plan. I attacked the pawn since I didn't know where to really put the bishop, since I wanted to protect this pawn here, and also wanted for this file here, F file, to be free. Not sure really about this move. I think they wanted to attack the pawn here, and also they attacked the knight here, but that's when I castled, so I protected the pawn and gave them a check. Honestly, I forgot about the knight in the corner, so I kinda left it there, but my mind wasn't really on the knight anymore. Instead, it was more focused on the enemy's king, so I took the pawn since I saw it was free, and then when they took my knight, I realized that I left it hanging, but the game doesn't say it's bad, so maybe I'm actually alright here. This says it's inaccuracy, but I wanted to try to attack the king. I was a little scared here to lose the bishop, and so I moved the bishop to give a check. That was a forced move, so I wanted to keep things tighter around the king. So I moved the pawn, which says it's a mistake, but this way I wanted to give a checkmate with the other rook on the F file. So to do that, I needed to protect the rook somehow, and the only way I saw doing that was with the pawn moving. I saw them moving the rook, and I got a little scared, thinking maybe it will be checkmate, since I saw the bishop here in the corner, thinking maybe this will be the end for me. I thought, okay, I will just checkmate them, so everything will be fine, but then I realized the knight is here, so if I do this, I lose. Or I guess I don't lose, but the checkmate doesn't work. So I needed a plan somehow to remove the knight. So I lured it away with this, and it says it's a blunder, but this is actually a sacrifice. So I'm not sure what the game is really talking about. since the opponent takes the pawn, the free pawn that was sacrificed, not blundered, and so I end up checkmating the king. Now here it says it's a mistake, and I should actually do this. And okay, I somehow get this, but also in the same time I don't. I'm supposed to force to move the knight, and okay, I guess I will take the knight, but does that really help me in any way with checkmating the king? Since that was my plan here, to checkmate the king. And so if they move the knight and I did this, then the king will move, then I will move the rook, then exchange of rooks. The game literally just blunders the rook on its own. And I don't really think the trade was worth it, since yeah, what I am supposed to be really doing here actually. Like, if I actually did what the review tells me, I wouldn't have gotten a checkmate. So I think my plan was better in a way, since I had a clear vision what I wanted to do. I wanted to checkmate. But the review seems to be saying that it's better to exchange rooks. Now, I can understand this not being a sacrifice, because if the opponent takes with the rook, then I'm in check, then I need to move, and yeah, there are other moves that the opponent can do. I'm not sure why this is being suggested. I guess maybe like this later. No. Okay, the king needs to move again, and like, the opponent doesn't checkmate me in this position. I don't really, I guess maybe like this, but the pawn will take, so it's not dead. The reason I was pretty sure that the sacrifice would work is because I thought the opponent wouldn't try to checkmate me just with the rook and the bishop in the corner, but he will also try to get the knight closer. And so I thought giving out the pawn for free was the perfect gift to make him think that he can bring the knight in the game. And so with that, the knight freed this square here, so he took the pawn and I won. I have 3 great moves here, so I think I did pretty well for someone rated 350, but the game said I have played kinda like 650, so I guess it does tell me that I played better than I'm rated, but I thought it would be a bit higher game, and that some mistakes wouldn't be counted as mistakes, since I had other plans in mind. Now get out of here.